So Nintendo's 2021 has been in some way disappointing. Partially due to COVID, but mainly because it was thought to be a 2017 encore. While I personally thought that it was a great year, there were some things that I thought were oddly missing. Now, I completely expect 2022 to be a very good year for Nintendo, because they have so many games already lined up and so many games that have to be announced or have information about them expanded on. With all that speculation, I want to make a Nintendo 2022 prediction. While some of these ideas may be really out there, I want to have a realistic best case scenario. And one more thing. This script was finished and I was getting ready to record before the supposed leak about Nintendo's 2022 and other people's predictions like Arlo's prediction video, so please don't think I'm copying him, because some of our ideas and predictions do end up being pretty similar. So with all that said, here are my Nintendo 2022 predictions. In January, a leak about a Nintendo Direct coming out sometime towards the end of the month will start to surface, but there will unfortunately be no Direct this month. We will obviously get Pokemon Legends Arceus on the 28th as well, and the game will sell pretty well. It won't be perfect and some people will complain about it not being as spectacular as they expected, but it will nevertheless also review pretty well, with an average score of 78. It'll be a short break for the Pokemon Company before their next announcement. Then in early February, Nintendo will tweet that there will be a new Direct in a couple of days' time. People will assume that it was the same Direct that was meant to come out in January but got delayed, but that theory will never be confirmed. This Direct will open with some lush jungle landscape. The floor will then start to shake, and Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, Cranky Kong, and Funky Kong will all be running from something that isn't shown. They reach a huge pit, and while trying to jump over it, they all get tangled and fall into the pit. Comedically, only Cranky Kong makes the jump, and all the others fall into a pit. Cranky will grab a vine and will try to help them up, but they are too far down. Luckily, there is a secret passage to their left, and they choose to follow that. Cranky is left shouting after them in monkey noises, but then a new monster we haven't seen before sneaks behind him and pushes him into the pit too. The last frame of this trailer is Cranky Kong's face, eyes wide open and screaming. Then we'll get a logo and a release year, Donkey Kong Country 2023. Unfortunately, it won't have a name yet, but it will be developed by Retro Studios, so it seems that Retro has been working on 2 games at once. People will be confused though, because the leak said the Odyssey team was working on it, not Retro. It'll just seem like the leakers were wrong. After that trailer, we'll get a bunch of third-party games before the Metroid series producer, Yoshio Sakamoto, comes on and starts talking about how Metroid Prime 4 is really close to a showcase, but in the meantime they have something else to announce. It'll be an HD collection of the 3 Metroid Prime games. There'll be nothing new added except for the fact that they're now in HD, but nevertheless it will still get people really hyped because they thought it was only going to be Metroid 1. Other small announcements will include a Mario Party Superstars DLC announcement that will have 2 waves. The first one will release next month in March and will include 2 new boards, Deep Blue Sea and Chilly Waters, both from Mario Party 3, as well as 4 new characters, Pauline, Diddy Kong, Metal Mario, and, to a lot of people's disappointment, Pink Gold Peach. The second wave will be announced in the later Direct. We will also get a trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which will reveal that it will be released in May and will show some more of the game, but it won't be too different from the first trailer, just showing more interesting and beautiful locations. To close off this Direct, there will be the obligatory One More announcement, and it will open up with a panorama of a beautiful green plateau with gorgeous background scenery during the middle of a thunderstorm. In the distance there will be 2 different sets of lights, one red and one green, and they'll start moving. They look to be trying to get each other, and when they finally do, there is a huge explosion and the screen goes black. Then we get a logo, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but there is no release date. That'll be it for the Nintendo Direct, but because of the fact that the Odyssey team didn't end up making the DK game, people will start speculating as to what they were actually making. The common theory will be a new 3D Mario game, as that makes the most sense, and was also leaked back in 2021. In March, we'll get the first wave of Mario Party Superstars DLC. It'll be very highly praised, and now the game will have a grand total of 7 boards and 14 characters, one of the highest in a long time. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope will also release, but it will seem like a lot of content is missing and the game will not nearly have as much stuff to do as the first one, which will disappoint a lot of people. April will be quiet, but there will be a huge E3 leak towards the end of the month coming from multiple sources stating that the new 3D Mario game will be revealed, as well as Breath of the Wild 2's name and release date, a big surprise, and a couple of smaller third-party leaks. This will be taken seriously because a lot of high-profile leakers that are rarely wrong will announce it all around the same time. Apart from that though, no big announcements will happen in April. May will see the release of Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and it'll be even bigger and better than we expected. It'll receive critical acclaim from reviewers such as IGN, and will go on to sell really well for a Kirby game. Then we get to E3. There will obviously be a Nintendo Direct here, and we'll start off with a cave with a huge mysterious flower in the distance. The flower will start throbbing, and finally it will pop, and the huge splats will fall onto the screen, forming the number 4. A familiar red creature will bob into the screen, look around while making funny noises, then duck out of the screen again. Pikmin 4 will finally be revealed, and people will go absolutely nuts. After a bunch of third-party announcements, Hideki Kono will appear and talk about how well Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been selling. He'll show a trailer that has some brand new DLC for the game, with 4 new cups. The first one will be the Bill Cup, which will have GBA Sunset Wilds and Wii Toad's Factories, the retro tracks. An unnamed Nitro track that wasn't shown, and a track based on Super Mario Odyssey, inspired by the sub-areas named Another World. Another World is the name of the music playing right now, which is a track that plays in some sub-areas in Mario Odyssey. The second cup will be the Bomb Cup. The 2 retros in this cup will be N64 Wario Stadium, with 2 laps and a bit smaller, and DS Shroom Ridge. There will be a new Nitro track that takes place in a cave and has an aqua light everywhere. The same light from the luminous stone deposits in Breath of the Wild. The second Nitro track in this cup will be based in Space Junk Galaxy and look really unique. Nothing from the other 2 cups will be shown, except for a new snowy track near some mountains and another track from F-Zero, Port Town. The remix will sound absolutely fantastic, and because of Port Town 1's purple aesthetic, it'll look really unique. The pack will also include 8 new characters. These will be Funky Kong, Diddy Kong, Clown Mario, Bonetta, Baby Yoshi, Baby Wario, Honey Queen, and Wiggler. Surprisingly, people will not like a few of these pigs, but overall the DLC will be really highly praised and welcomed. Kono will then say that DLC will release sometime later in the year. Soon after that, there will be another DLC announcement, but this one will be taken so much more negatively. I think you already know what I'm talking about. The Diamond and Pearl remakes will have DLC announced. No, I'm not a huge fan of Pokemon, and I never played the original games, so I don't know what could be announced, but I can guarantee that it will be something that should have been in the games from the get-go. But it's okay, because the Pokemon company has already tarnished their reputation enough. It'll release next month. For the end, Eiji Aonuma will appear, and it'll start by saying things like, "The sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has been in development for a very long time, and we are looking forward to your reaction when you play it later this year." Then he'll say, "We're so happy to be able to reveal it to you all. Take a look." The trailer will open up with the same familiar shot of Link falling through the sky. But then it will start blinking dark until it stays that way. Then we'll see a torch with a flame appear. It'll be Zelda holding it, and she'll have the Sheikah Slate with her, but she seems lost. In the distance, some familiar blue light flickers on. Zelda starts to walk towards it, and it's revealed to be a huge ball of blue light with streams of light coming out of it into the roof. It is revealed that Zelda is underground, and the streams of light are connected to something above the ground. All of a sudden, red light starts flickering and mixing with the blue light until it is completely corrupted. Back on the ground, or sky, Link is fighting a brand new monster on an island. Hyrule Castle starts to rise in the distance, and helping him fight is a little robot. Link looks to be winning the fight and is about to finish the monster off, but the robot suddenly goes red and corrupts, and shoots a laser at Link, killing him in one blow. The trailer will go black, then we'll get a title, The Legend of Zelda, Corruption of the Sheik. It'll be slated to release in November. Following the Direct, there'll be a Treehouse presentation, and in it they'll play a lot of the third-party games, so nothing really interesting. Overall, people will love that Direct, but one thing was missing, and that was Splatoon 3. Because of its absence, people will start to speculate that it will be delayed to 2023, because if it's shown later in the year, it seems too late to release for holidays. There'll be nothing of note in July except for the Diamond and Pearl DLC release, and surprise surprise, it's buggy and unfinished and not worth the price. Who would have thought? In August, we'll get a Twitter announcement from Nintendo that shows a brand new trailer for the Mario movie. We won't be able to tell what the story of the movie is from the trailer, but it looks awesome, and surprisingly, Mario actually sounds good for some reason. In September, there'll be, wait for it, rumors of a Nintendo Direct. I know, crazy and original, but it just makes too much sense, and I think Nintendo will stick with this formula for a long time. Well, the rumors are true, and towards the end of the month, we'll get our last Nintendo Direct of the year. This Direct will start with the trailer in space. We'll see a small light appear in the distance, and will slowly get bigger and bigger until it reveals itself to be a huge spaceship. It goes past the screen, and not far behind it is the iconic ship that we have seen before with Samus in the cockpit. The huge ship will be shooting lasers at Samus, but she keeps avoiding them. Eventually the side of her ship gets hit by one. She starts tumbling towards a small moon orbiting a huge planet. When she wakes up, she'll find that she's surrounded by futuristic looking buildings and machinery. The trailer ends here, but we'll see snippets of gameplay fading in and out every second, like this. Following that announcement, there'll be some more third-party announcements until we get a trailer for Splatoon 2, which showcases brand new weapons and characters, as well as unique battling arenas. The worst will be confirmed, though. The game will be delayed to 2023. There will also be a new trailer for Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which will have another world, some new characters, Donkey Kong and Yoshi, and some other modes. It'll be free DLC, and it'll be releasing the following day. Right before the end of the Direct, the second wave of Mario Party Superstars DLC will be revealed. It'll have a challenge road like Super Mario Party, and some new items like the fake item box which you place down on the space you're in, so whoever goes to that space loses 10 coins. It'll release later this month, but people won't like this wave as much as the first wave. The final announcement for the Direct will be a Super Mario Odyssey 2 teaser, showing a strange geometric world and Isle Delfino, as well as some brand new moves like the breakdancing moves from Super Mario 64 and a Cappy Bounce after a wall jump. This will get speedrunners of Super Mario Odyssey super hyped, but no release date will be revealed, which will disappoint many people. Soon after the Direct, the Mario Party DLC will come out, and yeah, it won't be as good as the other one, but it'll still be pretty worth the price. November will see release of the Corruption of the Sheik, and it will be absolutely amazing. The game will score in the 90s on nearly every single site, and a lot of people will like it more than Breath of the Wild, including me. Nintendo will also reveal on Twitter that the DLC pack for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will release on December 1st. In December, we'll get the Mario Kart DLC. The 4 cups will be, first, the Bullet Bill Cup, with GBA Sunset Wilds, Wii Toad's Factory, a track that takes place in a science lab with tubes similar to Cooper Cape called Lemmy's Lab, and Another World, the track based on Super Mario Odyssey. The second cup will be the Bomb Cup, with N64 Wario Stadium, DS Shroom Ridge, a track located in a cave named Luminous Lair, and a Super Mario Galaxy track, Space Junk Speedway. The third cup will be the Coin Cup, with 3DS Rosalina's Ice World, GBA Lakeside Park, the snowy track named Typhoon Climb, and a track based on Super Mario 64, Wet Dry Wonder. And the final track will be the Super Horn Cup, with GCN Wario Coliseum, Wii Dry Ruins, a track similar in aesthetic to Shy Guy Falls named Rock Candy Mines, and finally the F-Zero track, Port Town, which will be absolutely phenomenal. Other than that, there will be the Game Awards, naturally, and Corruption of the Sheik, and surprisingly, Kirby and the Forgotten Land will be nominated. Corruption of the Sheik will win, but apart from that, there'll be no Nintendo announcements, and it'll be another boring presentation that everyone will hate. Later, the Mario movie will release to cinemas, and it'll actually be surprisingly funny and entertaining. It'll be one of Illumination's best movies, that's for sure. It'll have a very Mario story, but it'll still be very interesting, and it'll have snippets of nearly every series related to Mario, from a race in Mario Kart to entering a completely paper world from Paper Mario. Overall, Nintendo's 2022 will be really good, and will live up to the hype. Well, that's all for my predictions. I know that a lot of them are very out there, but I wanted to make something unique. I hope you enjoyed this, and I might see you in another video. If you dislike this video, make sure to smash that dislike button, because that shit is nothing. And if you'd like this video, then I'm very happy. Hopefully 2022 will be a much better year than 2021, in a lot of ways, but also for this channel, because Chris and I have a lot of videos lined up to come out later on. So please look forward to that, and also feel free to join our Discord server, as we really want it to be a nice place for people to hang out. With all that said, I just tested positive.